Uganda appears to have the key ingredients for agricultural growth: fertile soil, a favourable climate and a growing economy, and yet over half of its population is going hungry. But not here on Kira Farm. This is home to a pioneering farming apprenticeship scheme for orphans, who are not just surviving by the land, they're also learning to profit from it. The idea started with North Devon charity Amigos, who wanted to tap into the one thing the orphans could rely on: land.
You've probably got the biggest problem the world has ever experienced here, but it could be the greatest opportunity to help some young people. We thought we need to start with what they've got and, not what they haven't got. And unlike perhaps a child in England, who has many other things, a Ugandan child has land.
The students are being taught a very unusual method of farming for Uganda. Most people in the country slash and burn their crops after each yield, but at Kira Farm they're using a technique called farming in God's way. Rather than getting rid of the waste at the end of each harvest, they're using it as a type of blanket to cover over newly planted seeds. The idea is that that will help to lock in the moisture and maximise their crop. It's essentially sustainable farming, and it's hoped that when the girls return home, they'll pass on this method to their communities, something trainer Deborah sees as a vital process in an economy that's suffering and where aspirations to work in the cities has led to overcrowding and high unemployment.
If they go in cities, there's nothing, no place for them. We don't need a lot of people in the cities. We need the people to come in the villages so that they can utilize what's there. Their villages, their people have to learn how to live comfortably in their land, how to use what they have.
Each student is given a plot of land where they can grow maize, potato, beans and other crops. As well as learning to feed and cook for themselves, they can also sell what they've grown at the local market. They might seem like fairly basic skills, but for Grace, who's worked in development for over 3 decades, they strike at the core of Uganda's needs.
I like this project of Amigos because it's community-based. It's started by the people, it is real, it is responding to the real needs of Ugandans. This is what we need. We need hope. We are not starting with big monies, we are just starting with people and appreciating what they have and what they've been through and what they need and what they have to say and what they have to contribute, however little it is.
And those contributions may prove vital. In recent months, many of the villages the students have come from in the east of Uganda have been hit by famine. The ability to recover from it will be essential not just to their success, but also their survival. But to its supporters, Kira is also about something far less tangible than that. It's about offering hope to those who may have lost it.
The self-confidence, the self-esteem, the belief in oneself that you can make it is something that you cannot quantify in money terms. That someone can believe in himself or herself to say the death of my parents is not the end of the road.
If anything, they seem to be at the beginning of one, and it's a road that's been paid for largely by the people of the West Country. The charity has received more than £500,000 from the region in the past 3 years. Most recently, that's gone towards new solar technology and local staff who have been employed as trainers. But there's also been a great deal of personal risk involved in the project. The charity's director, Phil Pugsley, has invested around £40,000 of his own money.
10 years ago when we first went to Africa, I think it was such a culture shock, and what we saw, really, the very things we were throwing away, people were using. And you can't walk away from that. Yeah, it does get to you. And I think unless, there's compassion and there's genuine love there, I don't think you can do this sort of stuff. And I guess that's what drives me.
And that drive has attracted some high-profile supporters. It's what inspired Devon singer Joss Stone to make her 3rd visit here.
It has actually come to something, and something amazing too. It's not just a little bit here and there. They're not just giving them money. They're growing a community and teaching people, and they're actually doing it.
When I go back home, I'll be able to earn a living, to get money, which was not there before.
And it's that sense of hope that continues to inspire this small West Country charity to make big changes here. In April, a new group of recruits will come to Kira Farm to learn the skills for a better future. Cordelia Lynch in Uganda for the West Country.